Hello, Richard in Los Angeles, California. This is freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. I am the hardest working man in the optical industry, so I tell myself. My name is See More Better, but you can call me Mo. Mo Better, because I have you seen Mo Better? Look and Mo Better and show everyone else how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses when I cut the Zeiss Duravision Platinum lenses for Richards RayBan 2140, which is the original Wayfarer color 901, which is the classic shiny black, and the 54 eye size that I affectionately call the windshield. It comes in a smaller 50 eye size, but this is the 54, and of course, again, the Wayfarer, made in Italy. I have done all the hard work by taking out the original glass heavy lenses. That's what glass sounds like. You're going to get all the manufacturer's original packaging that comes with your 2140 Wayfarer, your Italian leather case, cleaning cloth, and a little description of some of the past historic frames, the icons from RayBan, of which you can look at later. But before I begin, I just want to give a shout out. Richard wants to give a shout out to his loving wife Jessica and to his sister Olga, who lives in Quito, Ecuador. Now, here's a little fun fact about myself. I love birds. I have multiple bird feeders outside here. I have many bird feeders at home. I feed them everywhere I go. I keep bird seed in my trunk if I see some in another place to draw them over to me. Now, North America, which consists, as you know, of Mexico, United States, and Canada, has 900 varieties of birds. Ecuador has over 1,600, close to 1,700 varieties of birds in such one small location. All of North America, again, Mexico, United States, and Canada, has less than half the population, or just over half the population of the single one country of Ecuador. So I'm going to start a Kickstarter program tonight. So anyone who wants to send me on a birding expedition to Ecuador, help pay for it. Yeah, you can even, look, pay my way. You can come along. I'm not going to turn your way. We'll go out in the woods together with some binoculars and look for birds and see how that happens. Olga, pick me up from the airport, take me to the rental car place, and I'm out of there. I'm out of your hair. But, so let me go ahead and begin by programming your shape into the computer. Richard, I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element of my blocker. I'm going to program the shape into the computer. You are Secret Agent 3250. I'm going to hit the, oops, hang on. So what I've done, let me back up. In full truth, I started tracing this frame, then I realized, wait, Richard paid for a video, so I stopped. Let me go back and do the whole tracing thing. I'm going to trace again. Yes, I want to trace over. So a little stylus is going to pop up, go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy any frame that I offer, including this RayBan, and you receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number. If you have vision insurance or unused health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase. Now, you'll get the full reimbursement from your health savings account flex dollars. I do not accept any vision insurance plans, but I can provide to you, upon request, an itemized receipt that you can file for your out-of-network reimbursement from your insurance company. They will mail it to your home in the form of a check. Now, the other thing, my website uses PayPal as its cash register per se. PayPal does not accept health savings account flex dollars, so call me up on the phone. You'll get this, go to the website, contact me page, call me up, and you can pay with a credit card over the phone. So that is the shape that I'll be cutting. I'm going to move on to the next screen, add your pupillary distance, which is 32.5 for the right eye, which I don't have to do anything because the computer starts there. I do want to raise the optical center up 2.5 millimeters to 26. And take your right lens out of the protective packet. Put the lensometer on 178. In fact, that is written on there. 178. Put the power drum on -175. Rotate the lens until the spherical component comes into view first. Check your astigmatism correction. Actually, let's make sure everything is perfect. Yep, and I'll explain that what that means a little bit later. We need to put some ink in here. Actually, that's just water. What did I do with my ink? Here, my ink. Got in a plastic bag so it does not leak. Usually at the end of the day I need to add some more ink. It dries out. In the morning, plenty of it. End of the day, not so much. So, you like that, how it does that? This is the bar that goes up and down. That clamps it into place. That does that. So, now let's try again. Oop, get it centered. Make sure all the ink is on there, and it is. Label this one R for Richard. You like that? Now the other nice thing about Zeiss, they document everything, so let me highlight your prescription. This is the right Zeiss single vision lens 1.59, which is a refractive index of polycarbonate. The prescription reads -175, -2 1/4 at 178, -175, -2 1/4 at 178. The DP stands for Duravision Platinum. We're going to do the same thing now for the left eye. Turn the axis to 180. Put the power drum on -2 1/4. Take the lens out of the protective sleeve. Rotate until the spherical component comes into view first. Check the astigmatism correction. That can be lined up a little bit better. I was taking a peek. That's peek, P-E-E-K. I was taking a peek. Why would you think I said? What did I think I said? And we're going to put an L on this lens, which stands for not Richard. And if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. But first, I got to highlight the prescription of the left lens. Duravision Platinum Anti-Glare, your prescription. And again, if you guys missed any of that, I'm going to let you recap. Just hit the rewind button. So, this is a block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting, so I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got them here. The black side is the sticky side, because I do not have a magnetic personality. Says my mother, says my wife, says my cat. I have to give it treats to come near me. So, pull the paper in, make the black side sticky. That silver button on the back is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the arm. And the 3 dots I put on there, it tells me that it's oriented in there just perfectly. The blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. Your eye is just above that in inset. I always hush when I'm trying to line these things up. I got to concentrate. Concentrate. Just like when you're making juice. Concentrate. Hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens, the Richard lens. Pull the paper made, make the black side sticky, line up the magnet. Pupillary distance for the left eye, 31.5. So I'm going to drop that value by 0.5 millimeter per step. That's why I touched it twice. Grab that. Get everything lined up just so. Stick my tongue out, stand on one leg just so, get everything lined up perfectly. Hit that button, the arm comes down, places the block onto the left lens. So this is the blocker, the tracer. This is what's known as the edger. It weighs 200 pounds. It costs $40,000. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home. And you will need this guy with the 2 thumbs and the binoculars going bird watching to cut them for you. Look, I just cut a silhouette lens earlier. You see those drill holes in there. But I'm going to wake up the computer. Job ID number 3250. 3250. So essentially all the data from here has been transferred over. or as I like to say, installment 3,250 of my 330 million volume series of making a pair of glasses for everyone in America. Spoiler alert, stay tuned for episode number 330 million because something crazy is going to happen. Which is, I'm going to be tired and need to sit down. Probably snack a little bit. So, these are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high-index plastic or Trivex, I would select that. Or the Space Age to be determined material later. I like that one. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens because it's not going to be seen. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens, but I am going to place one on the rear concave surface of the lens, and I'll explain why later. And I'll have a couple of times to explain it to you later. This video is going to be a little bit longer than normal because I'm going to take a nap halfway through. No, because this frame notoriously has a deep bevel, and I don't think it's going to fit the first time around. But I'm going to place the magnet into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. Now, let's just see if the door is clean. Secret Agent 2840 is going to comment on that. He's not going to comment that the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, are 9-0 this year compared to what his Patriots are doing, but he'll comment on the door. Hit the green start button. It's been dirtier. It's mostly clean. But the door closes, the clamp shuts, the lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. And you can see as it's going around tracing the shape of the right lens. And the old carpenter saying, measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which I will go out on a limb, onto the twig, onto the leaf at the end of the limb, and say you will have no edge thickness whatsoever for your frame with this prescription. Even though it is a larger frame, the larger the eye size, the more chance of edge thickness, but I think we got it covered. The light flickering in the background is water. That's there to catch the optical sawdust that comes off the lens while it is cutting. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry. Now, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. These are high impact, ballistics grade lens material. The same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and from flying debris. Look at that sawdust. It has 100% UVA and UVB protection. Unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that have to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun, this is permanent, never needs to be reapplied, which is important when you're in Los Angeles, California. Now you're getting sunglass level protection in a clear lens. You have the Duravision Platinum, which is Zeiss's premier coating. In fact, I'll put a link not only for this frame in the description below, but for all the Zeiss anti-glare coatings. It is comparable to Crizal Sapphire. In fact, let me get my little trays out here. This is Duravision Platinum in a lens. This is Crizal Sapphire. Let me not get those confused. Of course, that one comes with a laminate on there. Crizal Sapphire sells for $140. Duravision Platinum is $100. Crizal Sapphire has a much more pronounced blue hue to the lens, hence the name Sapphire because of the blue. The Duravision Platinum has much less reflection. These are both the top tier coatings from Zeiss and from Essilor. $40 more from Essilor, $40 less from Zeiss, and has less reflection. I was an Essilor man for years and years, but I made the switch over to Zeiss because of the quality. I'll put that one back in there before I forget. Of course, I can tell by the color. Now, all anti-glare coatings reduce reflections when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain. But from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights, and such. The second feature is it reduces reflection, so when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses, so it makes for much better eye contact. Or if you take a selfie, you're less likely to see the phone in your lens. Or if someone takes a picture with a flash, you're less likely to see that. Now the third coating, the third treatment that I like, it comes with the industry's hardest scratch coating. The machine that applies the anti-glare costs well over $1 million. It takes over 24 hours to vaporize 8 different coatings onto your lens. So because of the time and the expense, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating on there to protect your time and investment. So I'm going to dry everything off to see if the lens fits into the frame first time around. Go ahead and get the last of the optical sawdust off. Normally I would throw that on the floor, but since I mentioned my wife tonight, she hates it when I throw it on the floor. She says I set a bad example for people who watch the videos. And since Jessica, Richard's loving wife, is watching, I got to set a good example for her too. Now, the reason why I put the safety bevel on the back surface of the lens is because if this lens does not fit first time around, which I can almost promise you it won't, I don't want any, even though the front of the lens isn't sharp, I don't want any rough edges. Essentially it just smooths it off. I don't want any rough edges to come in contact with the frame to mar it or possibly dull the finish. So I'm going to tuck it into the outside corner. Yeah, that's not even close. Let me take this down. I'm going to go in a big step, 1/4 of a millimeter, 0.25. Hit the retouch button. A millimeter, for those of you who grew up on inches, is the distance between my thumbnails. I'm going to take 1/4 of that off, going all the way around until the lens snaps in there easily. Now, I could heat the frame up. That's what a lot of people do. It makes the plastic more pliable and makes a larger lens slip in. But if the lens were too large, it would cause your frame to stretch, or what we in the industry call roll. If you can imagine the bottom of your frame being like a gutter. This is the thicker part of the frame. This is the skinnier. It's going to cause the bottom frame to roll outwards, give you an ugly cosmetic look, as well as shortening the life of the frame. I know it's a corny saying, but the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra at the beginning. That's why I promised you this video would be a little bit longer. I knew I'd have to start large and work my way down, like the old carpenter saying, you can always cut more off of a board, you can never add it back on. So I start large and work my way down. And we're literally at opposite ends of the continent. Richard's in Los Angeles, I'm in North Carolina. He's 30 minutes from Long Beach. I'm 2.5 hours away from Wrightsville Beach. Although Highway 40 goes from Wrightsville Beach to, oh, is it Burbank, Burr something in California. I see the signs when I'm leaving the beach. I ignore them because I know I'm not driving to California. So, dry everything off, make sure all the optical sawdust is off the edge of the lens. Twice I'm coming over here. So, I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corners, press down. Ooh, one more. Hey, it snapped in. It's snappy-inny. So, flip that over to L, which again stands for not Richard. Richard, not Richard. Place the lens into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, the Chuckaroo, or today I'm calling it the Jessica, the Olga. Okay, the Richard. Hit the green start button, the door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced again by the 2 white styluses, making sure that this lens is large enough to fit into the left side. And you can see as this go around tracing the shape of the left side of the frame. And again, measuring the thickness to know where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. And drum roll, please. Richard, you got no edge thickness there. You got nothing. Not even a little bit. Edge thickness costs extra. Richard didn't pay for extra thick lenses, so he ain't getting them. He's getting those thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable lenses. Take the block off, pull the sticker away. Use my hand-approved drying method to dry that off, add to my sticker collection. I'm going to step back and hit a 3-pointer. You ready for this? Oh, look at that. Money. Money. So, we'll turn the axis wheel back to 178. Put it in over that little black dot. Read the power. And I am getting minus 175, going away from 0 in the minus red numbers. 1, 1 1/4, 150, 175, stopping just shy of 2. That's because the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter. spelled DIOPTER. It starts at 0 and goes up in quarter increments, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1. Richards on the 7th rung of a ladder. With his glasses off, he can see up close great, but as things start to get farther away, they get blurrier. So that's why there's a minus sign. It actually minifies the object that he is looking at. Now, once the image is the correct size, he has 2 1/4 diopters of astigmatism. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike with the letters P and F. Think of it as the fine-tune knob. We're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 178. So you have a minus 175 curvature in your lens this way, power. 90 degrees away, you have another 2 1/4 steeper. And that's how we line those 2 curves up to make everything nice and crisp. And we measure the second curve. We're getting minus 4. Because remember high school math, you add 2 like signs together? Yeah, nobody remembers that. Let's use today's term. Someone borrowed $1.75 from you, then they borrowed another $2.25. They would owe you $4. That's where we're at, 4 in the red. Now here's a good point. Richard called me up on the phone, contact me page of the website, and says, I'm trying to order from you, but the website only goes up to 2 diopters of astigmatism, the cylinder. So he asked, could I make lenses for him? I said, of course you could. The reason why there's a cutoff of 2, the website was built in 2014. Hopefully, I keep saying this, we're a couple weeks away from having the new site built. Jigsaw, hello, Jigsaw, is this on? Hello, Jigsaw? He's building my website for me, and it's going to change all that where you can just upload a picture of your prescription. But there was a cutoff for certain lenses at 2, like Transitions brand, certain Crizal coatings. But now, hey, I'm in a good mood. No matter what it costs me, you're not going to have to pay any extra. I used to have to charge more for that, but I don't now. So that's why I have his lenses custom ground. I can get a stock lens much cheaper where the power's ground into it. They make them, mass produce them in advance. But Richard, he's a good guy. I said, I got you. I got your back and I got your eyes. But the frame itself sells for $155. The RayBan, no matter what color, what size of the 2140 original Wayfarer. The Duravision Platinum is $99.99 for a total of $254.99. He did pay the $25 for the video, but really, that's priceless. To have the hardest working guy in the industry stay late after work, 7:22 on Tuesday, November 17th. Ooh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Ooh, I just want to peel that off. I love it when it comes off in one piece, like getting the lint out of the dryer trap of your dryer, or the lint trap of the dryer. I so want to drop this on the floor. So the reason why I drop it on the floor is who has time to walk over here and do that? I mean, I'm a pretty busy guy. You expect me to take time out of my day to do that? I must really love my wife. That, and it's getting really cold here in North Carolina, and I do not want to sleep in my car in the driveway. Now, once spring comes and it gets to be 70 degrees again, I'm going to throw this on the floor and not care what my wife says. But until that day, look, I lost your frame. Until that day, I got to act nice so I can sleep inside. Now, Los Angeles, I hear it's nice at night. Might have to move out there. Richard, can I sleep on your couch? So, I'm going to tuck this in the outside corner. Come on, get in there. Press down at the edges. Oh, it snaps right in. Off comes the block. Off with your block. Take the sticker off. Watch, I'm going to do my no. That's a new technique. And now we're going to do the volleyball spike. All right, that didn't go as planned. Let me get this back out. Oh, you know, let's put it back in there further. Let's use some tools. Since I'm the hairless ape, we can use tools. Dun, 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 dun. It's like playing Game of Operation. Butterfingers. All right, who's old enough to remember that? And now, let's just, like in the store, trying to get a stuffed animal out of the quarter vending machines. I open it up and drop it in there. Richard's like, I didn't pay $25 to watch that. Richard, this is high quality entertainment. I don't know what you're talking about. So, turn the axis wheel for your astigmatism to 180, which will be played by 0 tonight. The reason why you know it's 180, 10 over here, 10 degrees is 0, 170 there. Well, just take my word for it. So, put it in, and actually your PD has worn off, so I'm going to put a new one there. Let's find the center. Oh, let's put the power drum on 2. Everything was blurry there. Actually, let's make sure. No, 2 1/4. 2 1/4. Minus 2 1/4. Minus 2 1/4. Richard paid $25 for funny voices. He's going to be like, I want my $25 back. Let's check the astigmatism correction, the fine-tune knob. And we get, what do we get? What do we get? We get a new video. And we're at minus 375, going away from 3, 1 tick mark away from 4. Man, the kit is good. I do need to put that PD back on there. So, this pupillary distance, 32.5 for the right eye, 31.5 for the left, for a total of 64. 31 and 32 is 63, 64. Optical center height of 26. So I'm going to turn the card around, place the P. How do you like this? Beige card on the front, gray card on the back. That's because I started doing the paperwork for him, and I was like, wait, I'll put the sticker on his permanent card. Now, the permanent card is gray. It has his email, his phone number, all his personal information that I don't want you to see. That's why I do these temporary cards. And then I put it in my recycling bin because I always recycle, leave the planet in a better shape than I found it in. So that's why I just cut the card where you can still see the number that I programmed in there. But 64 and 26, turn the card around, place the PD stick against my thumb on your right lens. When we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 64 millimeters. Man, the kit is good. Now, the optical center height of 26, not to the bottom of the lens, but to the middle of the bottom of the frame, because the lens goes halfway into the frame in that bevel. Look at that, 26 millimeters. 26 millimeters. Why am I so good? Well, I've got over 1,100 videos of me cutting lenses for people, but I went to opticianry college to learn how to do this. I passed the state board exam, which a lot of states do not require. North Carolina does, so I am a licensed optician. I have personally cut over tens of thousands of pairs of glasses in my 21 years in the optical field, and I know what I'm doing most of the time, except when it comes to telling jokes. I got a lot of room for improvement there. But this is the point in the video, that as I clean your lenses, that I mentioned that when you get these in the mail, and there's free shipping to Los Angeles, California is how it was originally pronounced. They changed the pronunciation to California because people got lazy. But when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance these could be too loose or too tight. However, there is an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and I'm no different, and I'll show you in just a moment. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance, 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. The reason why I mention that is that if one side's higher than the other, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. So just stop in your local place, possibly where you had your eye exam or the closest one to you, and just tell them if it's too loose or too tight or high on one side. It only takes about 30 seconds to a minute to adjust a pair of glasses perfectly. Now again, the standard alignment, 1, 2, and 3, I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. Now when I say wobble, when I take mine off and press down, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. For those of you keeping score at home, no, this is not the RayBan 2132 new Wayfarer as seen in my right hand with the silver shields. This is my own collection, my design, Christian eyewear. This is model number Philippians 4:13, which is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And the black and silver to go with my black hair with silver wisdom highlights. Although, really, I have silver hair with black highlights coming in or going out, however you look at it. But one thing I did do, the original RayBan has a 3-barrel hinge, meaning there's 2 barrels on the temple and 1 on the frame front. The 2 go into the 1 frame front. You put the screw in and you have 3. The original Wayfarer has the 7-barrel hinge that I copied from my design because it is the strongest hinge out there. And that's what I wanted to put into mine. Let me put mine back. Oh, by the way, yeah, when I press down on mine, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. So, let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing. If you want to see more of these, go to christianeyewear.com and look for Philippians 4:13. This is Christian eyewear, designed in USA by me. It would have been designed by someone better, but I couldn't find anyone better, so I designed them. And next year, I'm going to come out with the Christian eyewear. It's going to look like this frame, but it's going to be the 4340, which has a straighter tilt. In fact, let me find it. I got one here. Where is it? Where is it? So, this is the size 50 of the original Wayfarer. Well, truth be told, it is the 4340V, which is the ophthalmic version. 50 eye size, 54 eye size. This is the original, which was designed in 1952. It has what's known as panoscopic tilt. This is vertical. Your lens tilts outward away from the eyebrows in towards the cheek. So, last year or the year before that, they redesigned it so it's more perpendicular, just like the RayBan 2132 is. The new Wayfarer, that's the adjustment they made. Original Wayfarer, new Wayfarer, and then the 4340. Now, something unique about RayBan, 99% of all their ophthalmic glasses, meaning it's designed to have clear lenses put into it. I know I'm putting prescription lenses into sunglasses, but RayBan has two divisions, sunglasses and ophthalmic. Ophthalmic meaning clear lenses go in their prescriptions. 99% of the ophthalmic glasses are made in China to the still high standards of the Italian wear. This one, even though it's a clear frame, comes with the Wayfarer handmade in Italy. Where have you seen that before? Wayfarer handmade in Italy. So, that's when you now 99% of the sunglasses are made in Italy. I think only the Olympia, the metal frame, the Olympia is made in China. I think that's the only one I've seen that does that. So, but next year you will see the Christian eyewear in this frame, the I'm so used to saying 2140, the 4340V. Now the V just means visual, with clear lenses, clear demo lenses that come in there. The 4340 is a sunglass version that is just like this one, but comes with the sunglass lenses. The 4340V comes with clear lenses. But I'm going to have this frame next for Christian eyewear. So heads up, I'll have it in the 50 and the 54 with a straighter tilt, because a lot of people need the invisible bifocal. That's the one thing, that's probably, I'm guessing, I have no proof to base this on. But the reason why they probably straightened it out is that for people who have to wear the invisible bifocal, and all those hipsters are now over 40 who have to wear the invisible bifocal, when the lens comes inward like that, your bifocal's at the bottom, it's harder to read. So when it's straight, it moves it away from the eye, giving you a larger window. So that's why I'm going to do that, because I do so many prescriptions with the line style bifocal, which is what's seen in here, or the invisible bifocal that I wear, because I'm over 40. Oh, I'm over 50. Oh, I'm not over 60, but I'm hoping to get there one day. I'll be blessed if I do 70, 80, and 90. But let me flip this over, continue work on it. I forgot I have a job to do. So I'm going to finish the final inspection, make sure it is in standard alignment, flip it over, there is no wobble, close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, the same amount of tension on each hinge. But I send out a selfie request in every package. Richard, I would love to have a picture of you, and if you go down to visit Olga in Ecuador, you gotta send me a picture of that. In fact, I'll go with you. How's that sound? I need a translator down there, and I'll translate for you. Uno más margarita, por favor. That's the only Spanish I know. That's sad, isn't it? I know. No comprende. So, I send out cleaning instructions. Why am I pointing at this? I send out cleaning instructions not only for your frame and lenses, so they will last you for years, but for the premium microfiber cloth that I will provide. Look at the shape on the front of that cloth. Look at that. Look at that. You see what it's based on? I also send out instructions on how to care for your Zeiss cleaning cloth, your RayBan cleaning cloth, and for your Italian leather case, so it too will last you for years. No other seller does that on the internet. Of course, these are the other brands. I sell Oakley, Versace, RayBan, Polo, Christian Eyewear, Silhouette, Moto, Cazal, BMW, Ultim, Kayla, Realtree, Harley Davidson, Penguin 06, and many more that are not pointed out there. I've just picked up Click and Fish, so anyone watching tonight who wants one of those, I'll get those on the website too. So, where was I? Oh, do me a favor, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Click the bell icon so you'll get notified of future frame and lens combinations as they become available. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as Free Prescription Lenses, on Twitter as Free RX Lenses. If you have any questions, you can go to the Contact Me page of the website, email me, or call me like Richard did. You can also leave a question or comment in the comment section below, like, why is this guy drinking coffee so late in the day? And I'll say, because it tastes good. But actually, I have not had coffee late in the day. It was 8 a.m., almost 12 hours ago, that I had my last cup of coffee. I just have this much energy. And just like alcohol, I don't need alcohol to make poor decisions. I'm fully capable of making poor decisions when I'm sober as a bench judge. So, that's it. Thanks for watching. If there's anything else, just contact me. But again, Richard in Los Angeles. Big shout out to his wife, loving wife Jessica, and to his sister Olga in Quito, Ecuador. Richard, thank you so much for the purchase of the RayBan 2140, the original Wayfarer, the 54 eye size, and the color 901 Classic Shiny Black. Also available in the 50, and it comes in about 10 colors. With your Zeiss Duravision Platinum anti-glare. Again, there'll be a link in the description below with the frame and all the coatings from Zeiss. And now, hopefully, everyone else has gotten a chance to see how I bring that loving feeling back to glasses. Thank you.